Hello, 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 and welcome to day 7 of Momentum Day. My name is Tabitha Librad, and I am a conflict management strategist. And I help leaders of diverse teams manage conflict in their relationships, systems, and workflows with ease so they can bridge the gap between issues and outcomes and create a peaceful and profitable workplace. Today, we're going to talk about being present for effective conflict resolution. And what that means is being aware of how you show up, because how you show up in a discussion is important to the people you are speaking with. Being present and showing up for a conversation instead of being disengaged and appearing as though you're not really interested in talking with anyone is very important in supporting relationships, supporting the professional relationships that support your job, that support your income. Yes? Um, Being present and showing up shows empathy and it encourages resolution. So, the relationships that are really important to you, the relationships that sustain your livelihood, the relationships that help to carry you forward professionally are the ones that you want to invest your energy in being present and showing up when there is something to be discussed. Now, if someone is in a crisis or if there is conflict to be addressed, usually the person who is engaging with you can see when they don't have your full attention. If you're present in the moment, it's going to help you to be able to see their immediate needs. For example, if you are fully present in the moment and you're tuned in and you're listening, it's going to help you be able to recognize undercurrents in conversations. You're going to be listening not only for the message, but for the meta messages. And you're going to be listening for those undercurrents, listening for what is not said. You're going to be able to scan what's happening, think about things as you listen to see if there is any discrimination, if there's any inequity, if there is an issue with belonging, if someone feels othered or if someone does not really feel as though they have a part in what is happening. Showing up fully present is going to help you to discern those things. And you're going to also be able to sense or see when someone is struggling. So, the invitation for this tip is for you to think of one way that you can be fully present in conversations. What does it look like for you? Showing up and being fully present in conversations is going to help you to ascertain the immediate needs that need to be taken care of. Try listening keenly for the person's immediate needs as they're speaking. And when I say immediate needs, you want to take care of what the problem is at the moment before you can get them to focus on a future problem. So always remember, take care of the most burning issue. If somebody's pants on fire, they're not going to be able to sit down and have a collaborative working session with you. You got to take care of what's happening at the moment and then see how you're going to get to working with the person in the future. Listen and avoid thinking of what you're gonna say. Sometimes we have a way, I know I do it all the time. I mentally rehearse my response. Oh, this is a good point. I'm gonna say this. And oh, and this is what that means. And I sometimes am too focused on what the answer should be rather than what is being said. And if you are like me and you think on your feet and you're always thinking ahead, we're going to want to breathe and focus on what's saying without necessarily thinking of how you're going to respond. When you do that, you're going to be able to identify whether someone needs understanding, whether they need your reassurance, or what the need is. Now, before you start the discussion, do an emotional check-in with the person. Do a quick check-in to gauge their emotional state. Look at their body language. Look at their hands. I remember speaking with someone recently, and the person was telling me how fine they are and how wonderful things were. And I watched the person's hands under the table moving, and I watched the person's legs shaking, and I look at the fidgeting, and I thought, are you really fine? Are things as wonderful as you say they are? So if you are gathering that kind of data, when you're doing that emotional check-in, you are able to adjust your approach to the problem and to the person based on the emotion that is presenting, based on what is happening, based on what you see. So the encouragement here for this action item is to implement regular emotional check-ins during difficult conversations, or even a few days before you have to have an important meeting or conversation. Just have some check-ins with people. See how they are. See how they are going to receive what you are going to say. So if you are planning to do something in the future, if you have a change management plan, you want to check the emotional temperature as you plan the rollout for your project so that you can understand better how it's going to be received. And once you're done checking in, move on to asking questions before you even deliver any information. Some examples of questions that you can ask are, would it help if, or what does it look like if you, or what would it look like if we? And ask those questions, encouraging your listeners to think about possible solutions so that they feel that you are consulting them. Practice open-ended questions that will promote problem solving among the group that you are in. And when someone is speaking, focus on them. Even if you have to scribble thoughts on a piece of paper to maintain focus as you're listening, you're scribbling, and you have a thought, you're writing down what the answer might be. This way, you prioritize their thoughts and their feelings, and you make notes of how you can respond in the order that they were speaking or in the order that you think is most important. So when you prepare for a meeting, have your trusty notebook, have your pen, or because I won't encourage you to use the phone, because what happens is that people sometimes think that you might be texting or on social media and not paying them attention. But if you have a note and you have your pen, you are ready to engage. And always remember that there are some people who can read upside down. So as you're writing, maintain the privacy of your thoughts in your document. And that's a technique that can help you to stay focused and be able to also remember the answers that you want to give. So in this chat, we're talking again about how to be completely present and, understanding how we are doing that, understanding the importance of that. Today, we talked about being present in the moment. We talked about being available. We talked about asking helpful questions. We discussed how important it is to have an emotional check-in to see how people are feeling. I encourage you to be completely present for successful conflict resolution, to practice empathy, to actively listen, to ask helpful questions, and take the emotional temperature of the people you manage as you work through the workplace conflict or as you work through your change management plan. And if you are leading a team and you're looking to enhance your conflict resolution skills, come to our workshop in June. The details are above. If you click on that link, you are going to see what we are working on and how it would benefit you and how it will make you be the likable leader that you deserve. Take care. I hope you enjoyed day 7 of 31. Let me know your thoughts and let me know where you're watching from. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. I've got something interesting coming up tomorrow on day 8. So wherever you're watching from, whether you're watching live or on the replay, hope you enjoyed it.